Hi, thank you for joining me today. This is for Forensic Friday, and as you can see, we're talking about Althedia, Vaught, and like I say, if you feel called to, put her name or a candle or a heart in the comment section to keep the energy up for her. So we're going to look into her situation today, see what we can find on Althedia, Vaught, Althedia, Vaught. Okay, so we have altercation, error, and adultery. So here, error is the thoughts and communication. So you got into a verbal altercation with somebody, and it looks like over something, somebody could have been seeing somebody else. So if she was in a relationship, which she could have been seeing somebody else, or the person that she was in a relationship could be seeing somebody else. And so here's the argument over some type of adultery. Okay, so let's look into that a little bit more. Okay, so here we have the unknown. So this is, and what the unknown means is that somebody wants to keep something secret. They want to keep it private. They don't want people to know about it. They want it to be unrevealed. Okay, so that's all that means. Okay, it's like you want to have everybody questioning things because they don't never know the answer. So here is this with the communication. So you don't want people to know what that you communicated with this person, that um, you talk to this person, whatever. You want that to remain unknown, that there was some type of communication between two people, or you and her. Okay, and then we have the ladder, and the ladder just represents the DNA connection. So it means that either there is some DNA evidence or there's a DNA connection, meaning the DNA connection is somebody that's related to you by DNA, or your DNA is connecting to something. So here you have this with the adultery. So here is, now it could be like, say for instance, if it's not her, like say for instance, somebody that is close to you because she lived with her children. So if somebody, just say, and I'm not saying this is what it is, just an example. Say for instance, she finds out that somebody that she is related to, okay, she sees that the person that they're with is out cheating, they are committing adultery. Okay. Oh, I saw my cousin's husband, I saw my cousin's wife, they were out doing da 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 da. And that's the DNA connection with the adultery. It can be something like that as well. Okay, so here you have the ladder with, I mean, the DNA with the adultery, which means there's some type of DNA connection to it, whether it's a relationship, like a relation, you're related to this person by DNA, or there's some DNA evidence that shows that there was some adultery, whether that's a child or whatever, but it's some type of DNA connection going to the adultery. And I already explained that. And here is the evilness in the altercation. So you get into it with somebody and you do some evil things to this person. Okay. But also here, this is a DNA connection here. So the evilness that somebody did that they don't want people to find out about is because there could be some DNA evidence linking back to them. Or like I said, it could be somebody that's connected to you by DNA, family. Okay. Okay. So this blood DNA, blood evidence, blood DNA, and adultery. Okay. So the adultery is here. So that means that's the situation that people may not know about. And also there's some DNA, blood DNA evidence. Here is the evil laughter here. So this is and this card here is the evil laugh, but it represents someone who does something that they know is wrong and they find enjoyment in it. They laugh about it, they feel happy about it, they don't feel no remorse about it, or whatever the situation is, and they know they did something wrong, and it doesn't even bother them because they can laugh through the evilness that they do. So here is that. So that's the deceitful laughter in here in the communication, because they're trying to keep certain things quiet. They don't want you to know about it. So they could be doing some type of evil communication, and they could be laughing about what they did and they're keeping it quiet. They don't want that to be known. Communication, thoughts and communication here. Here is the dark. Things that people are doing in the dark, people are keeping it hidden, the evilness and the altercation. So this is just people hiding what they have done in the darkness. It just means, but this can also just represent nighttime. But it just means that people are doing things that they know is wrong. They're trying to keep you from finding out about it. They're trying to keep it hidden in the dark. And this is about the loss of blood that somebody had. So somebody lost some blood here with the DNA because of this. But they're trying to keep that the fact that they had communication, or they was communicating with her, or they talking with her, or whatever the situation is, and also that they had some type of verbal altercation that led to this. Pull this down. This is somebody being successful at something, so they accomplished whatever it is that they were trying to accomplish. And this is the transition. The transition could be you transitioning over. It could be you moving from one thing to another. So here, somebody was successful at something that they were trying to accomplish here. And here is the social media. That could be any type of media device. So like Facebook, or back then it probably was MySpace or whatever it was. Okay, something about social media. See, somebody here could have found out social media with this, meeting people online, meeting up with people, finding people, linking up, whatever it was online. Okay. But with that, here you have the success in it. So this is just like successful communication. So that means whatever you communicated, whatever you said, you were successful at it. Whatever the information that you was trying to put out, or whatever you was trying to accomplish with that communication, or what you was thinking of, it has been successful. And then here is the transition here. So you move from one thing, and so this could be as simple as, because it's along with this. So here it could be you transition from one thing to another. So you got into a verbal altercation, and then it transitioned, it moved into you doing some evil things that you're trying to keep hidden. Because just because you get into an altercation with somebody doesn't mean that something bad has to come from it. But if it transitions to something after that altercation, and then you will want to keep those things quiet. Okay. And then here, social media. So like I said, it could be some type of social, whatever it is, messages, whatever. Okay. It's just media used to socialize. So here you have that with the adultery. And then here's the DNA and the blood evidence. Okay. The blood loss. This is just blood loss. Somebody lost blood. Here's the DNA evidence. And it's going back to here and here. But here, like I said, somebody was successful in something that they either thought of or spoke about or whatever it is. But see, they want to keep it hidden, but they know that they did it wrong. Whatever they did was wrong. But see, they thinking they're getting away with it. And I don't know if she was dealing with somebody who was working in construction or did construction work, had a construction business, or whatever the situation is. I just keep hearing construction. Okay. Here is somebody being guilty, okay? But they don't want you to find out about it right here, like I said. The guilty party. See how they're laughing about them getting away with stuff. They know what they did is wrong and they found enjoyment in it or they found pleasure in it or they whatever. But they're guilty. But see the success with that. So even though I'm guilty, I haven't been caught. Here is the fear and things being hidden, okay? You hiding the evil things that you've done. You hid her because this card has a double meaning. It means that you hiding in fear or you hide something out of fear. And what you hide out of fear could be an actual person because see, this person is inside this box, like you're going to hide it, put it away. So here are you hiding things in fear. The evil things that you've done, you want to keep it in the dark. You don't want people to know that you've done it. You took it a step further here, okay? And then here is the guiltiness with that. So that's why you hiding it because you're guilty. But also, is you're consumed with something. You're taking in something, and this is the DNA evidence. So it could be some type of DNA evidence that was present on her that you didn't want people to be able to link you back to her blood evidence, okay? And that's why you put her, that's why she's hidden out of the fear of you being found guilty in something, but you don't want people to know, so that's why you're keeping it quiet. But see, this consume, her body could have consumed, that means taken in some type of DNA evidence, or somebody is consumed with fear because they know they're guilty, and then it's because it's the DNA evidence there. Okay, so that can go both ways. So here is this is like a friend that can influence you to do certain things. Okay. So somebody that you were friends with, but they also have some type of influence over you. That means you may listen to them, you may follow their, advice or whatever. So here we have that person, and then we have the molest. And the molest means what it says, but it also could just mean that you're bothered. It just means that you're bothering somebody in a way that they don't approve of. And then here is the valuable. Valuable means that someone is cherished, so you value this person's presence, or it means something that is valuable. Like it could be a valuable ring or whatever it is, something that holds value here. So you have something that is valuable, you have the influential friends, and then somebody being treated in a way or things happening to this person that they don't approve of here. So here you have somebody influencing you to do something. Now, when somebody influences you, that means they encourage you or they provoke you. And it doesn't mean that they're doing it intentionally. So you can have somebody that provokes you to do something or influencing you to do something, but it doesn't mean that person is asking you to do it or telling you to do it. So if I am friends with somebody and I get upset with this person, and now I'm provoked to react in certain type of ways. Not that that person is intentionally asking or telling me to do anything, but I am being influenced by the things that they said or they did here. So here's somebody being influenced by this, and it's because it's somebody that they care about. They hold value with this person. They cherish this person. So here somebody could be influencing you to do something because of how you feel about somebody else and the treatment that somebody else has had. Because see this, the molest with the fear and the transitioning. So something has moved to something else. So the molest, somebody is in fear or hiding something, and it's connected to this right here that's being done in the dark. So this something that's being hidden. People don't want you to know about it, or it's being done in secrecy. And here, somebody is doing some evil things, but they're hiding out of fear, or they're trying to keep it hidden. And this is the altercation coming from it. And then this is the transition. So she could have transitioned, or something has moved just from an altercation to something more serious. Here is the successfulness that somebody had in the communication or their thoughts and what they're thinking of. Okay. Somebody is guilty, but they don't want you to know what it is that they've done. And like I said, somebody is influencing you here with the evil things that you're doing. And here is somebody that is consumed with something here about somebody. So when I say consume, it's like you can't think of anything else. You can't do anything else because all this is on your mind is this thing or that thing. Consume could also mean that you are a consumer. You're a consumer. You're consuming goods. You are also consuming something into your body. So it can have multiple meanings. But here is that consume with the latter. And it's here that means you are consumed with the DNA evidence. So you are, like I said, are you only thinking about that, or you consuming your thoughts with something about it. But here is the social media with this. So somebody could be consumed with what's going on here because of somebody that they hold close to them. And here is the blood loss that's associated with it. But it could be, like I said, that latter, which is the DNA, could be a DNA connection that's in family, or it could just mean that there's some DNA evidence. Okay, let's go. So here's the street smart hustle mindset. So this means that somebody who knows how to handle themselves outside in the streets. They know how to run the streets. They know what's going on in the street, whatever it is. Okay, and that's the success. And this is the communication, the thoughts and the communication, what you're thinking, what you're saying, what you're out there. How your mental state is. So somebody is successful with this, so they know how to move around, they know how to get around in the street basically. Okay, but this person is guilty, and this person is also supposed to be a friend. And here is the hidden agenda here. Somebody has a hidden agenda, so that means whatever it is, corrupt things you don't even think may be happening is happening. And see the street smart with that. So that person knows how to maneuver around. They're doing illegal things. They're doing things that they should not be doing, but they're trying to keep it under wraps, keep it under cover. And then here is the obsessed. You can't let something go. So somebody wasn't able to let go of the fact that somebody was doing this. And also, this is the social media, which means some type of device that you're using to socialize or communicate or whatever that you're doing on there. And you couldn't, it's like somebody is doing something obsessively or they obsessed, however you want to put it. But it's connecting to seeing this on social media or somebody using social media to do this, and somebody was obsessed with the fact, okay? They're consumed and obsessed, okay? With this hidden agenda, we see people are doing things, in the fear of being found out. So you're trying to hide something, okay? Okay, so now we have the fire, and the fire just means an intense situation or an actual fire. So here you have a situation that is highly intense, okay? Somebody is guilty of some things that they're trying to keep under wraps. They don't want you to know about it. Here is the recreational. Now, this recreational means a recreational areas. That means recreational areas are places that people go to spend recreational time, whether there's a park or whatever, okay? It's some recreational area. It's also a person that you spend your spare time with, recreational time with. So it's recreational activities, no matter what it is, or a recreational area, no matter where that is. Okay, so you have that here with this in the evil. So either this is somebody that you spent your time with, or this is a recreational area where somebody has done something here and has hidden somebody there. So she could be hidden in a recreational area. They could have asked you to meet them in a recreational area because they had a hidden agenda of doing some things to you once you got there. Okay. And over here, I have the caution. Caution, that means you just need to be careful of where you are, of the situation that you're in. So it means that you could be in a dangerous area or with a dangerous person. Because here, somebody is consumed with something. And I already see the obsession here. Somebody is consumed with something. There's some type of DNA connection, but you have to be cautious and careful when you're in this place or when you're with this person. Because he cautioned a fire and recreational area. So like I said, if they got her to go to some recreational area, you meet somewhere and it's somewhere that's a dangerous area, or you with a dangerous person and it's an intense situation, it's a fire or intense situation, and it's a recreational area. Here, like I said, a dangerous person, because see, somebody is obsessed with something. So they couldn't let something go. And it's back, some adultery is behind this obsession. Some DNA is behind this thing right here, this caution, the person that you got to be careful of. Some blood loss is here, connected to somebody that is cherished or valuable. And with this, behind this intense situation, or this fire, okay, behind this intense situation is somebody that is supposed to be a friend of yours, or you have some type of friendship with this person. And somebody that's a hustler. So this means the hustler just means somebody who It means somebody is street savvy, but it also means like a hustle mindset. So you know how people out there, I'm out here hustling every day trying to make ends meet. So you just doing whatever you need to do. That's what that is. Okay. But it's the intensity behind it. It's a high intense situation. Okay. And then you have the recreational, like I said, recreational area, recreational activities, whatever it is. Here, you have somebody causing some type of harm to you in some type of way here, and it's here some corrupt things. It's a hidden agenda, so that you got to think all type of ways with this person or with this situation going and being around this person, and it's connected to some molestation here. That's either happen at night or people are trying to keep hidden. We already know it's hidden because it's probably going to happen at night. This because then we have the things being hidden here. Up here. That's legacy. That's what you're known for, or your children. So here you have a social event. A social event it could be an actual party or gathering or something like that. But it could just also mean that you just could be sitting at your house with some friends over. Okay. But it just means that you're socializing with other people. And then here is a friend, influential friends. So you could be socializing, hanging out, being around someone that you consider a friend. Okay. And then see that evil laughter behind this social event. So this behind it, because look at why would this be with this? If you're hanging out with your friends, socializing, why would this be behind it? Okay. And why would the situation be so intense? And why would there be guilty parties there? Okay, if you're socializing with your friends. Okay, and then here is people doing things that are not morally right, that are against morality. So somebody could feel like, oh, they shouldn't have done that. That's against, I don't appreciate people doing certain things because that's against my moral code, or that person is not living morally, or whatever it is. Okay. But then you have that connected to something that is cherished or valuable, and then you have the blood. So somebody received blood loss because of some things that they were doing that was not morally right, and that would be whatever that person chose it to be at that time. So whether it's cheating here with the adultery, whether it's unaliving people, or whatever it is lying, is cheating, is whatever it is, okay? And then here, it's because somebody could, like, I thought more of you than that, or I valued you in a certain type of way. And you're out here doing things that's not morally right. And this here, you have the disguise. So this means that somebody is trying to alter the appearance of something or someone or themselves. They're trying to conceal someone's identity or their own identity. So you're trying to make something look a different way. And you see with this, you have the harm being caused to somebody at night. Okay, so here is somebody trying to make it seem like something else. So with this, if I'm trying to make it seem a different way, I could tell you, hey, come over here, we're going to hang out, we socialize and whatever. But I'm trying to say that because I'm trying to disguise the fact that I want you over there because I have a hidden agenda. So I'm disguising the fact of the invite to make it look like a socialization or something. I want you to come socialize or come away because I want to cause you some type of physical harm or whatever, mental harm, whatever. I'm trying to abuse you in some type of way, cause you some type of harm that night, okay? Because I felt like you did something Here, now you have a loss of blood. Right? So this card came out. This is the jealousy. It came out. Jealousy, envy, and hatred. So let's look at that. So here you have the jealousy, envy, and hatred. And then it's coming with the cover up. So somebody is trying to cover their tracks, covering up what they did. Here, the 911 means that somebody needs medical assistance. They need help. Whether it's medical or not, they're in a situation where they need assistance. They need help. But somebody is covering it up. They're trying to cover it up. And this is all stemming from some type of jealousy. So somebody's jealousy, envy, or hate person is trying to cover up what they did. Okay. So I'm just going to pull a couple of cards from this. And that's going to be it. We're already at 30 minutes. Family connection. That's the latter, the DNA. Family connection. Here is somebody trying to separate themselves from a person or a situation. So you're trying to put your hands away. You're trying to hide. You don't want to be connected to it. Okay. And here's the weapon. And a commitment with. This is a commitment. So whether you committed to a person, you committed yourself to some type of contract, like you signed contracts. So there's some type of commitment here. So there's a commitment, somebody that you committed to. And here is you're trying to separate yourself from that person that you was committed to, is trying to separate themselves from the situation that is happened. And then here is this person feels like what they did is right. Why? Because they feel like you broke some type of moral code. So what they feel like they did was right. And here is that laughter right there, because they felt some type of enjoyment from what they did. So they felt like what they did was right. And here's the weapon here. So they caused you some type of harm, but they felt they had the authority or the right to do that. And here is the rebellious person. So this person is doing certain things that they should not be doing as a committed person, or this person that you had a commitment with is a rebellious person, and they're doing rebellious things that affects their family. So whatever that is, whether that's that adultery that somebody is doing, which is things that they should not be doing, that is affecting the family or that's connected to the family. And that's it. Okay, so now we have someone in your circle of friends. Here's the friends here. Okay, so this is someone in your circle, people that you are around. This is your circle of friends, your community. Okay, somebody that had a commitment. Okay, so here is either the friend, whoever that the person that had the commitment, they're surrounded by their friends here, but they're trying to separate themselves. So they could say, "Oh, I was with my friends." Because see, here is the disguising of a situation. You at a social event. Oh, I was with my friends. I don't know what could have happened. but you were doing some things that's against morality. But then here is you surrounded by your circle of friends. You're socializing here. But it's also the disguise is you're trying to make it seem like. So it could be, hey, I'm going to go hang out with my friends. You want to come see me or come meet me over here? Something is going on. But this person is setting it up because we are supposed to cover up. So this person is setting it up to look like, oh, I was with my friends. But then you say, come meet me over here because I'm at this location. And you get over there, she gets over there, and it's something else. They try to disguise whatever it was. They try to make it seem a different way, but they had a hidden agenda. Because you see them disguising the recreational. So this is the things that you do recreationally. So you're trying to make it look like something else, but you had a hidden agenda with this recreational activity over here. So now we have, like I said, somebody feeling like what they did is right, they did the right thing, or whatever they did is right. This is connected to the job. This card is job or employment, how you earn money, or how, or something that you designate yourself to do. It could be either or in this one, in this deck. So somebody had a job that they wanted to accomplish, and it's with a weapon. So they had something that they wanted to do that involved a weapon because they felt like I have the right to do so. So in their mind, they're justified in whatever it is that they decided to do with this weapon. Over here, you have this card means it could be a different race, a different sex, whatever. But it also means that this person is not like you. They're different from you. Their lifestyle is different from you. Their upbringing is different from you. Whatever it is, you are not the same. And then we have the rebellious here with the family. So if it's a family member, but it's something going back to the family, because once again, I have this is a DNA connection, which lets me know that's either a family connection or there's DNA evidence. So here's the family connection. Here's a rebellious person that's connected to that family that's not like them. So this person could be this. Okay. They have a hustle mindset. So they may not be living their life in a way that the rest of the family is. Okay. So we have that. So we have that circle of friends, the community, not like, something different about them, just not like her, and the job or what they put themselves out there to do. Okay, so that's all I'm going to go into for this reading. This Althedia, I think that's how you say her name. Vaught. If you have any comments, put them in the comment section, and it's okay for y'all to put whatever if you don't agree with what I say, if you agree with what I say, if you see another link here, you can put things together differently, you can put it in the comment section. I have no problem with that. I don't expect nobody to agree with everything that I say. If you see it from a different viewpoint. So feel free to put whatever you have to say in the comment section. I just ask that you be respectful of me and other people. So thank you for watching. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.